This story is a deeply emotional reflection on love, loss, and the quiet courage it takes to keep living after everything changes. Centered on Kelly Ripa and Mark Consuelos, it moves beyond public image and into a private space where grief, memory, and devotion intersect. What unfolds is not a story about fame, but about the enduring bond between two people who built a life together. Through a final letter and an unforgettable wish, the narrative explores how love can continue even after absence, how pain and purpose can coexist, and how honoring someone's heart can become the path toward healing. The envelope that held everything. The moment begins in stillness, inside a quiet Manhattan home that no longer feels whole. Kelly stands holding a small envelope, unremarkable in appearance but heavy with meaning. The house carries traces of recent urgency, hushed voices, and the unfamiliar presence of medical care layered over a lifetime of shared warmth. This paragraph captures the shock of transition, how ordinary spaces suddenly become sacred. Mark's energy has been fading, yet his spirit remains present everywhere. The envelope represents more than words. It holds unfinished sentences, unspoken love, and the weight of finality. Kelly pressing it to her chest reflects a human instinct to delay pain while gathering strength. The silence surrounding her is not empty, it is full of memory. This moment sets the emotional tone, showing how grief often begins not with sound or spectacle, but with quiet realization and trembling hands. A letter, written with love. As Kelly opens the letter, Mark's voice seems to return through his handwriting. His words are calm, affectionate, and unmistakably him. This section emphasizes how love can feel alive, even on a page. He acknowledges Kelly's strength while gently asking one final favor. The simplicity of his language makes it more powerful, free of drama yet overflowing with meaning. Kelly's physical reaction, sinking into the sofa, struggling to see through tears, reflects how the body responds before the mind can catch up. The letter becomes a bridge between presence and absence, reminding her that even in separation, connection remains. This paragraph highlights how written words can carry comfort, intention, and reassurance, especially when spoken ones are no longer possible. Mark's tone is not one of fear, but of care, shaping the letter into an act of love rather than goodbye. A life built on shared joy. The letter awakens memories of the life Kelly and Mark built together, beginning with their early connection and growing into a family filled with laughter and devotion. This section reflects on their shared history, the way ordinary moments became the foundation of something extraordinary. Their love was never about perfection, but about presence, humor, and choosing each other daily. The contrast between those joyful memories and the present moment deepens the emotional impact. Time is portrayed as both generous and unforgiving, offering years of happiness while eventually demanding acknowledgement of change. This paragraph reminds the reader that grief is inseparable from love, because it is born from having something worth losing. Mark's wish is rooted in this shared past, asking Kelly to remember not the pain, but the fullness of the life they lived together. The moment that slipped away. This section returns to the day when Mark tried to speak his wish aloud. The late afternoon light, his fragile strength, and Kelly's desperate hope create a scene filled with urgency and tenderness. When his breathing falters and the moment is interrupted, it leaves an ache of unfinished conversation. This paragraph captures the heartbreak of timing, how life does not always allow closure in the ways we hope. Kelly's plea for him to stay awake reflects the human desire to hold on, to pause the inevitable. The memory of that interrupted sentence gives the letter even greater weight, transforming it into the completion of something left unresolved. It shows how love persists even when circumstances are unkind, and how meaning can still emerge after moments slip beyond reach. Grief and the weight of memory. After reading the letter, Kelly is overwhelmed by waves of emotion that move through her body and home. The house feels both empty and full at the same time, echoing with Mark's presence in every object in memory. This paragraph focuses on the physical and emotional experience of grief, how it lingers in familiar spaces. Kelly, touching photographs and notes, reflects a need to stay connected. The pain is immense, yet it exists alongside gratitude. This duality shows that grief is not linear or simple. It is layered, personal, and deeply human. The letter becomes a guide, reminding her that remembering does not mean being trapped in sorrow, but honoring what was shared. Sharing the wish with family. When Kelly gathers her children and reads the letter aloud, the story shifts from private grief to collective healing. This moment is filled with reverence and emotional honesty. The children's tears reflect shared loss, but also shared understanding. This paragraph highlights the power of communication and legacy. Mark's words reach beyond Kelly, offering comfort and clarity to their family. The act of sharing transforms a letter from a personal message into a family promise. It allows grief to be acknowledged openly, creating space for connection rather than isolation. This section emphasizes how love can unify even in pain, helping families move forward together with meaning. Small steps toward healing. In the weeks that follow, healing begins quietly. Kelly's return to daily routines is marked by tenderness rather than triumph. Morning walks, open windows, and gentle conversations with Mark's memory reflect her effort to honor his wish. This paragraph shows that healing does not erase pain, it reshapes it. Some days are heavy, others lighter, but all are real. Kelly's choice to keep going is an act of courage, not denial. She learns that Mark's gift was permission to live without guilt. This section captures the gradual nature of recovery, how small actions accumulate into resilience. It reinforces the idea that love continues through intention and memory. Living, proof of love. The story closes with a quiet, powerful image of Kelly dancing alone in the kitchen. This moment symbolizes acceptance, gratitude, and continuity. Her tears now come from thankfulness rather than despair. The framed letter watching over her represents love that has changed form but not disappeared. This final paragraph emphasizes that real love does not end with loss, it evolves. By honoring Mark's wish, Kelly carries him forward through joy, present, and life itself. The pain remains, but it no longer defines her. Instead, love becomes the foundation for everything she continues to do. The story ultimately affirms that even after profound loss, living fully can be the most meaningful tribute of all.